gentlemen, I am Sherman D. Manning joining you live from Los Angeles, California. It is 10:08 a.m. in Los Angeles, which is 1:08 in the afternoon in Atlanta, Georgia, which is, 8:08 p.m. in Switzerland. I greet all of you today with joy in my heart. Glad to be alive and in the land of the living one more time. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you so much. More of you have tuned in the last week than in the history of this podcast, and I am humbled by your attention. I'm humbled to have your time and that you would allow me to come into your home and office space and into your automobiles or wherever you might be listening to this particular podcast. Don't have very long this morning en route to a meeting, but I was just so humbled and so touched by the statistics which I've just read that I had to come on this morning just to say good morning to those of you in LA on the West Coast. Good morning to those of you, a good afternoon to those of you in the East Coast, and good evening to those of you in Europe. God bless you. May heaven shine upon you. I hope that you, if you have not already done so, that you would go to my podcast from Tuesday night, and there are two postings from Black Lives Matter, which were actual meetings with the co-founder of Black Lives Matter, Patrisse Cullors, along with my good friend Jerry Silva over at Fair Chance Project and Pastor Kager over at Ward AME Church. You would listen to those two podcasts which were posted this past Tuesday night. You will find them to be very fascinating and interesting to get the inner workings of what a Black Lives Matter movement meeting is all about. The audio is not the best, but I think you would appreciate being able to hear what was going on in those meetings, unedited, unfettered, uncut. So go check that out if you will. I would like for you to do me a favor, and that is, would you please contact at least 3 of your friends, enemies, lovers, or significant others. You know, those people at the office that you're always debating politics with, the folk who don't like your opinion and you really don't like theirs, but you love debating with them. Contact them. And even those who concur with your political opinions, contact them. Make it at least 3 people and tell them to download the Sherman D. Manning podcast. Tell them to tune in. Please do that for me today. Send them a text, send them an email, tell them to listen to this podcast. We'll be coming on later with an hour of power. Tell them to listen. Would you do that for me? I would appreciate it if you would. Number 2, I would like for you to please get a copy of my latest book, The Truth About O.J. Simpson, Race, Class, Money, and Justice. Get one for yourself, get one for a friend, and get a third one for an enemy. Go to Amazon.com or go to your local bookstores and get it. Number 3 and finally, please tell 3 of your friends, enemies, significant others, and those who are in between to go to YouTube and look at the videos. Now, there's a lot of audio there. We're not talking about that. Talk about the videos. Go to YouTube and look up Sherman D. Manning /Donald. You know his last name. I'm not going to call it. The dude who's running for president. And take a look at those videos. There's about 4 or 5 of them that we've posted. You will see me on there. I would like for you to have 3 friends, minimum 3 friends, to go to YouTube and look at our videos. Would you do that for me? And finally, number 4, pray for me. Pray that God would order my steps. Pray that he would let no evil come upon me, and that any trouble that's set my way, he'll give me the grace and the humility to be able to sustain it and to survive and to thrive, and that he'll send the right people in my life to help me get where it is he wants me to get, and that I can bless them with my story, and that he will get glory out of my story. We'll be talking hard-nosed politics this afternoon, okay? Hard-nosed politics. So I want you to tune in. I can't give you a time. I'm en route to a meeting right now, and then I've got another meeting over at Fair Chance Project with Jerry Silva. After that, go to KPFK radio station and look up their archives and listen to the interview that I did. I haven't heard it myself, I'll be honest. This past Saturday, I was on Think Outside the Cage with the host, who is Jerry, Geri Silva, SILV as in Valentine A. SILVA. Google Jerry Silva or go to K as in kill, P as in Paul, F as in Frank, K as in kill, dot ORG as in organization. Look up their archives. Find Saturday morning, this past Saturday, 8:30 a.m. Jerry's show is from 8 until 9. I was on from 8:30 until 9. And take a listen to that show. It was fun doing it, and let me know how you like it or dislike it. Send me an email at shermandmanning@gmail.com. Text me at 404-386-9356. Tell your friends, tell your loved ones, tell your enemies, tell your political pundits that I am available for speaking, that I have experiential data which God has allowed me to gain through the trials and tribulations through which I've gone and through which I've come, and that I'm an ordained minister of the gospel. I didn't get a license to preach in prison, had it way before that, and that I would like to come and share with them, and will be ready and willing to do so. Let that be known. Yes. Is Donald there? No, he left. He went over to his, I think, daughter's house or something in Moreno Valley. He's gone. All right. You got his phone number? I do, but I'm not with you. You want me to give it to you? Yes. Okay, come on in. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll have to hold the podcast. I'll be back in a few minutes. You know it's live. You know how it happens. Bye-bye.